Archeops is balanced out by having the defeatist ability, but abilities don't exist in Generation 2, so let's see how it fares. Now, as we're laying down the foundations for this run by getting our Pokémon, I just want to say that this video wasn't ever supposed to exist. I was doing some benchmark testing for the wonderful Snowy to see just how well Archeops does in an evolving run, as Snowy was doing it on stream as an end-of-the-line run, as we would call it here, and I just so happened to be recording it so that if there were any interesting things that happened, I'd be able to replay them kind of easily. But that means we are running without a live voiceover, so everything is done pre-recorded in this one. Let's take a look at our stats. We're level 5 with 20 HP, holding a berry with quick attack, Leo, wing attack and rock throw. 17 in attack, 10 in defense, 13 in special attack, 11 in special defense and 13 in speed. Let's get the graphics up and the challenge underway. And goodness me, it feels a little bit weird doing a full pre-recorded voiceover. Our first wild encounter was a level 2 Centret. It got one shot by wing attack. We've got 112 in our base attack. Of course it was going to be a one shot, and because this is a pre-recorded video, we are going to be doing the very quick snappy edit style, the sort of style we had back in the day. Rival 1 was easy, just a couple of wing attacks to knock him out, and we can make our way into our first gym together. This is Falkner's flying type gym, and he's going to lead with Pidgey. We've got rock throw. This can only go one way. It's a one shot on the Pidgey, then a two shot on the Pidgeotto. All of our rocks connect when we needed them to. We grow to level 10 and we defeat Falkner. Zephyr Badge in 3 minutes 37 without Sprout Tower, and we move on to Bugsy. Bugsy's our second gym leader, a bug type specialist. He's at a type disadvantage with every single way you look at it. And guess what? It's one of the easiest gym battles I think we will ever have. We get through Bugsy time of 7 minutes and 31 seconds for the Hive Badge. We cannot celebrate for too long though, because the dreaded Rival 2 is just around the corner, and this is one of the very few battles where we're actually in danger of being knocked out. He leads with Ghastly of course, and wing attacks a one shot on the Ghastly. Crocodile comes out second. We use an Ancient Power fishing for the Omniboost, but it doesn't quite happen, but instead we crit. We'll use wing attack against the Zubat, we'll knock it out in 1, and that is a very easy Rival 2 in 8 minutes flat. We've got Whitney next. She has rollout. This is another battle where we could end up being knocked out. Clefairy Metronome's double kick, it takes off 10 HP of damage. We use an Ancient's Power, we don't take off a lot of health from the Miltank, but we get our second lucky crit in a row. That was fantastic. Surviving on 1 HP to earn the Plane Badge in 12 minutes and 5 seconds. We're now in the Burnt Tower for Rival 3, where he's going to lead with Haunter. Haunter's evolved from Ghastly, but it still goes down in a single one shot. We've got Hidden Power Fire to deal with the Steel types, and then we'll wing attack the Crocodile. Water Gun's very weak at this point in the challenge, so even a super effective doesn't do too much. And that move there, Acrobatics, is going to be our key to a very quick time. If you're not familiar with Acrobatics, it's a 55 base power move that doubles to 110 if you're not holding an item. And just watch how it destroys Morty. One shots on the easy Pokemon, Gengar comes out, and it goes down instantly. We one shot the Haunter and we are through Morty. Let's keep the rapid fire gauntlet of gyms going. It's Chuck next. I don't even know why I'm bothering to show the Chuck battle. He's a fighting type specialist. We've got a busted flying type move. It's going to be 2 one-shots to get rid of him. Very simple battle. That is the Storm Badge in 22 minutes and 5 seconds. We then move on through the Mahogany Underground, and then we beat up Price. Price is an ice type leader with a penchant for the water type as well, but his seal goes down in 1 hit. We're going to use Hidden Power Fire against the Piloswine. Couple of hits knocks it out, and that just leaves Dugong left to go. Now poor Dugong is weak to Ancient Power. We use 1 and we defeat Price in 30 minutes and 30 seconds. We didn't quite hit the target level of 37 though, so we're going to beat up Hiker Benjamin here. He is going to give us the extra experience we need to evolve before Jasmine. We have 0 chance of getting through Jasmine unless Iron Tail misses, and I played this fairly soon after the Alolan Vulpix stream, so I was not in the mood for Iron Tail hitting thousands of times in a row. We do get a lovely boost to our base stats courtesy of evolving, and it's just what we need. The Magnemite were always going to be a one-shot. Here comes the Steelix. It's almost but not quite a one-shot, but Jasmine gets caught in a healing loop. We further two-shot it to knock it out, and that's Jasmine defeated and 7 badges in 32-24. 7 badges is roughly the midpoint of the challenge, so I'm very happy with that time. And we are going to keep accelerating now that we're at Rival 5. Getting through Jasmine, our biggest threat in Johto, means we have a very easy ride from here on out. Because we know that unless a Pokemon resists the flying type, Acrobatics is just going to annihilate them. We have a damageless Rival 4, and that means we can move on to Claire. Claire is of course our final Jotonian gym leader. She's a Dragon-type specialist and she's a walk in the park. We know that we are able to one-shot the Dragonair with our Acrobatics. The question is Kingdra a one-shot as we grow to level 47? And the answer is a bloody course it is. So that's another gym leader who put up no resistance whatsoever. We'll obtain our final Jotonian badge in 44 minutes and 15 seconds. That just shows how busted this Pokemon is. And we'll move into Victory Road, where it's time to take on the rival for one last time. We've said goodbye to Hidden Power Fire and we've replaced it with Earthquake, and that is a bloody brilliant move to have against a Magneton. It goes down in one shot, and then it's going to be one-shot City for the rest of the battle. In case it hasn't quite sunk in yet, the Acrobatics is the press A to win button most of the time. Nothing the rival has can stand any chance at all against us. The last Golbat comes out, we decide to fling some rocks at it just to be a little bit mean. And we get through in 46 minutes and 53 seconds. And with that, we're at the Pokemon League, and after fumbling the HM friends, so I've cut it out because I'm ashamed by my menuing there, we will say thank you to Kenya Abra's cider comparison. Take a look at our stats. 148 HP at level 49, and we are holding absolutely nothing. With Acrobatics, Return, Earthquake and Ancient's Power, 177 in attack, 96 in defense, 147 in special attack, 101 in special defense and 142 in speed. Those, of course, are the out-of-battle stats. We'll get a big buff in battle, as we'll see now, against Will. He is our first league member, a Psychic-type specialist who leads with Xatu, and would you look at that, Acrobatics is a one-shot. We'll fling a rock at Jinx to make sure she goes down, and here comes Slowbro. Slowbro's got a lot of bulk, but you wouldn't guess it in this particular challenge, and if Slowbro goes down in one, you can bet your bottom dollar that everything else is as well. Executor's weak to Acrobatics, so even its bulk means absolutely nothing at all. Let's move on to Koga. Koga is actually a Bug-type specialist in disguise here, and we know how good the Flying type is against the Bug-type. So we one-shot his first 2 Pokemon courtesy of a critical hit against Fortress, and then we use Acrobatics against Muck. It goes through like a knife through butter, and then we'll fling some rocks at Crobat. That goes away as if it's nothing at all. We decline Rock Slide because I like having the Omni Boost. We'll use Acrobatics against the Venomoth, and that is Koga done in 48-23. Now please do spare a thought for our third league member Bruno here. We are of course super effective to the fighting type, but we've got Earthquake for his single solitary rock type. There is absolutely zero chance of us taking any damage at all now in this battle. Acrobatics combined with 208 in battle attack is just that busted. And the question here at Karen is not will we take a reset, but will we join the one-shotting Umbreon Club? And the answer is of course we are. That was a brilliant start to the battle. Gengar goes down straight away as well. Murkrow is like it never existed. And then we've got Houndoom and Vileplume to finish off. Houndoom's weak to rock, which is why she sent it out 4th, and Vileplume is weak to flying. We grow to level 53, we defeat Karen in 49-32, and the only obstacle now between us and the Hall of Fame is Lance the Liar with the Flyers. That flying type, you know, might prove to be his undoing, because we have 7 Ancient's Powers. We're not even going to need to use Ancient's Power against the Gyarados. Goodbye to the first level 47 Dragonite. He tries again with his second one. Ancient's Power makes mincemeat of it, and because Rock doesn't resist Rock, it also sends down the Aerodactyl. Charizard's got nothing for us, it doesn't even outspeed us, and that just leaves the last Dragonite left to go. Ancient's power isn't quite a one-shot, he gets caught in a healing loop, I decide to risk Acrobatics, and Acrobatics is a one-shot. That just shows how broken Acrobatics is. We get through Lance in 50 minutes and 20 seconds, and it will come as no surprise to anybody that this is the fastest non-legendary time we've ever seen up through Lance. Do remember though that things can all change. This is of course only half of the story. There is still another 8 gym badges plus the red fight left to come, so don't you dare go anywhere, because Kanto is next. And we're going to rejoin the action here in Vermilion City, where the first thing we do in Kanto is the last thing we do in Johto. We're going to get another rare candy, this time from the chairman of the Pokémon fan club. With that safely tucked away in our bag for another challenge, I am more than pleased to announce that Archeops is definitely capable of taking on our standard Kantonian routing. So we'll start here at Lieutenant Surge in Vermilion City, we'll pop over to Celadon City for our Erica battle, we'll go down to Fuchsia City for Janine, back to Saffron for Sabrina, up to Cerulean for Misty, across to Pewter for Brock, down to the Seafoam for Blaine, and we'll finish off with Blue. And of course, talking of Blue, if you do want to skip ahead to the Blue fight, it's going to be happening at roughly 13 minutes and 56 seconds. For everybody else, let's now sit back, relax, and have our standard Kantonian chat. And in this one, we're going to get a little bit nerdy and talk about some of the changes to the video creation process that I've made since the start of the year, and it feels kind of apt to talk about it in this particular Kanto chat, because this is probably going to be the last video I do where we have the old editing style of voicing over in post, because one of the big things that has struck me is just how much of a time sink the editing process is doing it the old way, where we have the voiceover in post. And one of the things I didn't appreciate until I did my first live voiceover challenge run is I have all the markers in place for where I need to cut in the video just by seeing where I'm talking. I don't have that in this video here, and that meant I spent ages scrubbing through the footage, being able to find the right place to cut, even just for a quick edit like this, where we do all the gym leaders. For a little bit of context, the Gardevoir and Gallade video that came out last time took roughly as long to produce as this video, and that is around about 4 times the length of this one. It does just show all these inefficiencies I've had over the years have definitely contributed to making the video making process an awful lot harder. Something else I've done, and this is very, very nerdy, is the gym leader intro cards are now part of the raw footage. I used to do that as a post-production thing in Adobe Premiere. However, now I have a little hotkey on my controller that simulates the exact same effects that I have when I use it in Adobe Premiere. That does mean that if I don't click the button for a gym leader by accident, I can still seamlessly add it in post. There have been a few times where that has happened, but this gym leader title card thing is absolutely revolutionary. And actually, if you listen to any of the videos with the live voiceover, if you're paying close attention, you'll hear a slight click before every single gym leader, and around about half a second later their title card will appear on the screen. That's me queuing it up for the next gym battle. I find that kind of fascinating. I always love these kind of nerdy chats where we talk about the behind the scenes stuff here on the channel. They're some of my favourite Kantonian chats. It's just a shame that for this one we are now out of time. But that does of course mean that we can rejoin the action here at Blue. He is our final gym leader of the challenge, he's a mixed type specialist and he's going to lead with Pidgeot. We have acrobatics, we are the superior bird type on this particular occasion. It goes down in one, Rhydon's going to resist acrobatics, but he goes for Fury Attack. That's fine by us, we two-shot the Rhydon, we decline learning Thrash because it's just a terrible move, and then it's back to acrobatics we go. Alakazam goes down in a single hit, we will use acrobatics against the Gyarados. That puts up 0 resistance either. Arcanine's going to get an ancient power to the face, and the last Pokemon is poor Executor. This is revenge for all those times we've been leech seeded. We get through Blue and we have a resetless run up to Red. Talking of Red, that's exactly where we're heading now. Red is of course the final trainer of the challenge. He's a mixed type specialist and he's going to lead with Pikachu. First thing to note is we outspeed the Pikachu and Earthquake is going to be a one-shot. We didn't need the critical hit there as we grow to level 63. Blastoise is dangerous, so we're going to fish for the Omniboost and we get it first time. The luck on this run has been phenomenal. Acrobatics knocks out the Blastoise and we are on to Espeon. Espeon's a one-shot with Acrobatics as well, so here comes Snorlax. And the bad news is we don't quite one-shot. We get paralysed by Body Slam, but don't forget we did get a speed boost courtesy of our Ancient Power. We get through Venusaur, we just have Charizard left to go. Flamethrower makes us survive on 2, Ancient Power's quad super effective. We get through Red and have a resetless run with a Pokemon I wasn't even intending to release as a video. 105.27 is our finishing time for our Archeops, and that puts us in second place on the Backport leaderboard. It is our fastest non-legendary to date, beating Zangoose by 33 seconds, and that is a very impressive time. That does of course push Floatzel down onto page 2, keeping Arctovish company there all the way down to Bomber Snow, but with that, we're done. So I really hope you've enjoyed this very quick video. If you have, make sure to leave a like. If you've got any feedback, leave it in the comments down below. You can download this patch at trainersquidgy.com, and until next time I'll say thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all very, very soon.